So let's start with another rubric without wasting any more time. That is your abrupt. Okay. So abrupt, what do you mean by the abrupt? Abrupt means sudden, unexpected, without any warning. Okay. So what does it mean? It means your sudden, unexpected, without any warnings. If I write it here, it is sudden, unexpected, without warning. Okay, without warning. ठीक है. For example, he made an abrupt decision. There is a sudden or abrupt rise of the fever. जरूरी नहीं कि हर चीज में कि sudden rise of fever में आप abrupt लगाओ. But yes, abrupt means sudden, अनएक्सपेक्टेड, अचानक से. एब्रप्ट बिहेवियर, अभी वो हंस रहा है, अभी वो रोने लगा, अभी वो खेल रहा था, अभी वो किसी को मारने लगा. दिस इज योर abrupt. Okay, and its cross references impulsiveness and the rashness. Okay, impulsiveness the most common, that is your argentinum nitricum. Why it is argentinum nitricum? इसकी जो impulsiveness है, that is mostly due to the anticipatory anxiety. Okay, so basically the impulsiveness of the argentinum nitricum is mainly due to the anticipatory anxiety. That is fear driven restlessness. Fear driven. Okay, so fear driven restlessness. Okay, so that is he's always in a hurry, he's always in a worry कि ये मैं कर पाऊंगा कि नहीं. Okay, कल मेरा कुछ शो है, whether I can do or not. And he started to prepare himself. He started to prepare. कल मुझे ट्रेन पकड़ना है, तो उसने कई 2-3 घंटा पहले से ये सब ठीक करके रख दिया. So this is impulsive thing, that is thoughts run faster than that they can control. Okay, so this impulse. And suppose in that impulsiveness also the argentinum nitricum, they commit suicide. Okay, they do not, this is also one type of impulsiveness. Now abrupt, why natramure is in the abrupt. Okay, so basically Kent has mentioned only two remedy. One is your natramure and another is your tarentula. So why natramure? So we know that the core of the natramure is your they very closed and reserved. Okay, so natramure, we know that they are very closed and reserved type of the person. They do not want to open very easily with the others. So that is why very closed and reserved, and they have a very less amount of friends. If you can ask them कि आपके दोस्त कितने हैं, आप easily friends कर लेते हो करके, तो नो नो मुझे थोड़ा टाइम लगता है और मेरे बहुत लिमिटेड फ्रेंड्स है. ओके, सो दे हैव लेस अमाउंट और दे हैव लेस फ्रेंड्स. दो तीन, हाँ, दे आर ओनली माई फ्रेंड्स हैं. Okay, and they, if you ask them anything, they never give you a long explanation, not like Lukasius, like that of Lacases and the Alzheimer's, but they do not give a long explanation. If they do not know the answer, they will give you only a one or two in a sentence that, okay, I don't know, I will tell you later. Okay, only this much amount of answer they will give to the point. It is not that they are rude or brutal, rather on the contrary, they are very sensitive persons. So in the rubric also we will see that mind sensitive hai. They are sensitive to what the other person think. Okay, so they are afraid that they are being ridiculed or laughed. That is why they limit their conversation. Okay, say they like their privacy, they want isolation. Okay, they, that is the in the rubric mind company aversion to emulation when alone. Why? Now suppose if you, if you ask the natromere patient, if you ask so many questions, okay, if you ask them, if you keep questioning them, if you keep on insisting to answer your question, then they will get angry and irritated. Okay, they will get angry and irritated. That is why mind conversation aggravation. So they are talking with you, and when some of the question they don't want to say, and when you are asking them to no मुझे बताओ ये क्या है, then they suddenly they get irritated. Suddenly they get irritated. That is abrupt behavior. In Natrimur, there is in one rubric, that is mind weeping tearful mood or the mind weeping causeless. Now, this rubric is similar to that of the pulsatilla, but we know that pulsatilla, they need affections, they want company. Okay, And but natremure is not like that. भाई मुझे मुझे हाल में छोड़ दो, मैं सही हूँ. Even pulsatilla is also what they have consolation amelioration. So if they weep, if they get angry, if they get irritated, if you console them, if you give them a consolation, okay, if you give them affections, they feel happy. But on the contrary, if you do the same thing with the natremure personality, they will get more irritated. Let me stay alone. ओके मुझे कुछ वक्त तक थोड़ा अकेले रहने दो, लीव मी अलोन और स्टॉप इट. सो दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट सिम्टम्स इन केस ऑफ natremure. Okay, now why the tarantula has that abrupt rubric? Tarantula is abrupt because of their energy. Okay, so they are very restless, they are very energetic. Okay, they are very energetic. So because of their restlessness and energetic nature, they are always abrupt. Certain alterations of the mood, sometimes they are okay, sometimes they are very much destructive. Okay, impulses, impulse to do anything, impulse to kill. Okay, or they are very much brutal also. So restless and the anxiety, so restless plus anxiety, and this is your, because of the restlessness and anxiety, they are very much abrupt. Now this restlessness anxiety, sometimes they are similar to that of the arsenic. Okay, so tarantula patient is very much restless person. Now this sensitive to music, aversion to company. So when I will do a mathematical series of each and every drug, then I will let you know what are the symptoms of the tarantula. Only just in this video, just let us this, because tarantula is highly restless person. They are highly energetic, and the most important symptom is your music like. They likes music or the music amelioration. Whenever they hear music, they start to dance. Okay, so this is one of the most important feature of the tarantula.